Lorne by Nathaniel Trevor. Copyright 2015. Chapter 4. It was odd that, in this holy night, both men were going to the same place. Maybe the city had magical properties after all. It was truly the home of country music, and now his home as well.
This is Craig and Taylor. Taylor is a guy. I'm saying that in case you have a girlfriend and she gets jealous that you speak to a single female. Then here, Paul and Amy. Paul and Amy are a couple, meaning they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Are they trying to conceive a human baby?
No, not anymore, Paul said.
We've given up on trying to conceive a child,
continued Amy with a voice full of sorrow, shrugging her shoulders yet not truly blaming Lorne for his question.
This is Hannah and this is Cassidy. They are girlfriend and girlfriend, meaning that in some states what they're doing is still considered illegal.
Don't worry, I've done plenty of illegal things myself, said Lorne. Although he didn't mean it to be taken as a joke, everyone thought it was one and laughed.
And at last, and perhaps most importantly, this is Laura, our best singer. She is a grad student.
Hi, Lorne. I love your name,
she said, shaking his hand. Laura was a beautiful, petite, blonde-haired woman in her early 30s who welcomed him with a big smile.
I love your cap. You're so sweet.
Yes, you are, said Lorne.
Okay, sing to me,
Laura exclaimed, looking at Paul. Sing to you, replied Paul.
Yeah, I want to hear you sing.
I can't sing.
No? Oh yeah, that's right. You're going to play an instrument. In any case, I think it's the newcomer's turn. Have you ever heard of the Beatles?
No, I have not, replied Lorne, steely.
Shame. Song's called Hey Jude.
I've never heard of it, said Lorne.
Fine. I'll start. You take the next one.
Laura sang well, with just a little bit too much glee and too much insistence on a few key syllables. She was definitely good, however, and Lorne could perhaps picture her doing the background vocals on his next album.
Excellent job, Laura, said Craig. I think you just won your team the next round of drinks, unless Lorne can somehow turn the table around. Your turn, man. Song is called I Loved Her First by Heartland. I hope you know this one.
No, I do, Lorne exclaimed, and immediately he took the microphone. This song, it reminds me of my two nieces I had to abandon to come here. I loved you, my precious little baby girls, and I missed you so much that I stared at your pictures for an hour this morning. Lorne remembered almost running off the road. Maybe looking at the road would have been the superior option instead. If only he could drive naked. Lorne sang his heart out, putting as much emotion and love into every single sound that was coming out of his mouth. It's odd how motivating the promise of free drinks can be. His new friends were enraptured by the absolute magnificence of his singing. Lorne was such an amazing vocalist that people all around the bar stopped talking to hear him sing. A few were in tears, and one man even passed out in the beauty and the majesty of the moment.
Wow,
said Laura.
I feel special.
You are special. You're very special. I can't believe the boys are such idiots at your school.
Yeah, they are.
Lorne had won by a mile, and they knew it. Laura paid for his next beer. Drinking allowed him to relieve some stress and forget about his problems. They weren't bad problems. He just wanted a job that he loved again. Craig was also going back to Nashville. He had only lived there for 7 weeks. Lorne explained the long journey he had gone through and his quest for a new sense to his life.
I'll tell you what, fiddle boy, said Craig. You are such an outstanding singer. I bet you could become a real karaoke star. I saw some old people there that loved you. They were taking photos of you. Laugh out loud.
That's why I'm going to Nashville.
Well, perhaps it's fate that we should meet tonight, continued Craig.
Craig was a happy, jovial, and extroverted man who was always open with strangers. He asked if Lorne had a place to stay.
I don't exactly have the best credit history, let's say, and not exactly the best employment record.
Welcome to the club, laughed Craig. Damn financial crisis, right?
Actually, the financial crisis hasn't started yet, replied Lorne.
I happen to know exactly where you can live. It's the best place on earth, called Hickory Woods. It has the cleanest rooms I've ever seen. Absolutely outstanding sound insulation, and the residents are pretty much all PhDs. There's a pool and even a play park for kids.
Lorne had listened without much interest, at least until that last part. You mean a place where kids can play? Any chance I can get an apartment with a window overlooking it?
I'm sure it can be arranged, joked Craig. I'm also making a barbecue next week, but it'll be filled with dumbasses.
Craig's trying to tell you that you're invited, said Paul. The group kept joking and playing around for about an hour. Laura grew impressed that Lorne had a dog, and she started flirting with him and caressing his arm gently. Lorne, however, showed little interest towards her, even though she clearly wanted him. As Paul and Amy excused themselves, perhaps to give another shot at trying to conceive another human baby, Laura moved close to Lorne and whispered in his ear.
Your singing earlier made me so wet. You have no idea.
You must really like me to talk to me that long. How old are you, miss?
33.
Lorne sighed. She was She was exactly 20 years too old. This has been Chapter 4 of Lorne, written by Nathaniel Trevor, read by BakedSalmon. Super special mega thanks to my patrons:
Dummy Data, Kelp Pill, TechRec71, Cat G, Westmost, Michael's TCAP channel, Ramiro-san, M1A, TCAP Recipes, G Unit, Gram, Aerodo, Amanda James, Dr. K, Tiffany Lockhart, and the ever-lovable Gooey Who.
Bless you all, man. Let's keep growing. And thank you to everyone who subscribes, comments, buys the t-shirts. See you next time.